North Korea inflames tensions again. More missile tests overnight, more condemnation, both on the streets, like here in South Korea, and in staterooms and at the United Nations. We begin our story today with John Northcott from Tokyo. John.
Good morning, Heather. North Korea continues to up the ante. As you say, 2 more short-range missiles. That on top of an underground nuclear test and 3 short-range missiles fired yesterday. So within 24 hours, a lot of provocative activity coming from North Korea. In fact, they continue to maintain a non-shipping zone 130 kilometers around its shores, and analysts are suggesting that there may be more short-range missile firings as a result of that. This has prompted, of course, a strong response from around the world. The 43 foreign ministers from Europe and Asia just happened to be meeting in Hanoi, and they have in Vietnam, and they have issued a statement of condemnation. The UN Security Council met late yesterday, emergency session, saying it was a clear violation of international law, and they have begun working on new sanctions. Now, the last time North Korea tried something like this was the launch of what it called a rocket, and much of the rest of the world called a long-range ballistic missile. At the time, the UNSC met and attempted to deal with that, but ended up having just a presidential statement and not any kind of ramping up of sanctions. They are now working on new sanctions. China, long defender of North Korea, appears even now to have backed away in its support from its longtime ally. The question is, though, North Korea is one of the poorest nations in the world, and people are wondering even now, what effect could even more sanctions have? Could that prompt any change in the actions that have been taking place there?
That's John Northcott from Tokyo to begin our coverage of the story. Prime Minister Stephen Harper, meanwhile, is condemning North Korea's nuclear provocation. In a statement yesterday, he said it's deeply troubling that a regime routinely unable to provide for its own people should invest so much of its effort and wealth into its weapons programs.